Welcome back to Sandisa TV, your #1 pit stop for movie recaps that hit harder than a CIA agent at a kid's birthday party. Today, we're diving into the high-octane, globe-trotting, parenthood meets espionage chaos that is the 2025 film Back in Action, starring Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz, who, yes, really came back in action for this one. But be warned, spoilers ahead. Like, full-on mission briefing levels of spoilers. So if you haven't watched the movie yet, pause this, go watch it, and then come back. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment your favorite on-screen spy parents. Let's dive in. Operation Birthday Bash. Our story begins with CIA NOC agents Matt and Emily, partners in both espionage and life. And by life, I mean Emily's pregnant. So yeah, double the pressure. The couple is sent on a mission by their longtime friend and handler, Chuck. Their target? A high-stakes piece of tech called the Industrial Control Systems Key, or ICS key for short. What's it do? Basically, it can override, hijack, and manipulate any electronic system. Air traffic control? Check. Power grids? Check. Smart toasters? Probably. Their mission takes them to the last place you'd expect for a covert operation, a gaudy birthday party hosted by their target, Balthazar Gore, a former KGB agent turned international terrorist who now moonlights as the worst children's entertainer in Europe. He's also the head of a mercenary syndicate and somehow still finds time to throw his kids lavish parties with clowns and cupcakes. Classic villain move. Under the colorful chaos of balloon animals and pony rides, Matt and Emily successfully snatch the ICS key. It's the classic, blend in, steal the thing, get out, move, and it goes off without a hitch, until it doesn't. Friendly skies turn deadly. Matt and Emily board a private flight, ICS key safely tucked away. But surprise! The crew turns on them midair. Turns out, they're all secretly working for Gore. There's something poetic about being betrayed at 30,000 feet, don't you think? What follows is a brutal airborne showdown. It's fists versus firearms in the world's smallest isle. Despite being outnumbered, and midair, Matt and Emily manage to neutralize the threat. But they can't save the plane. With seconds to spare, the two eject and parachute out. The aircraft crashes in a fiery display behind them. If this were a regular job, you'd clock out and go home. But since this is international espionage, they realize someone leaked their location, meaning their own agency may be compromised. Their solution? Vanish. Drop off the map. Say goodbye to CIA life and hello to diaper duty. 15 years later, in Atlanta. Fast forward 15 years, and the once deadly duo are now just your average suburban parents, well, almost. Under new identities, Matt and Emily live in Atlanta, Georgia, raising their two kids, Leo, a brainy preteen with a thing for gadgets, and Alice, a soccer-loving firecracker. It's all PTA meetings and dance recitals, until it's not. One night, Matt and Emily get into a brawl at a nightclub. Yes, it's weird seeing parents at a nightclub too. The fight gets caught on camera and goes viral, triggering two alarms, one with Chuck, who hasn't heard from them in 15 years, and one with Gore's mercenary group, Volca, who apparently have Google alerts on their enemies. Chuck shows up in Atlanta to warn them. But before he can finish his dramatic monologue, he's gunned down by Volca's goons right in front of a frozen yogurt shop. Brutal. Time to run, again. Matt and Emily instantly snap back into spy mode. They ditch their jobs, grab the kids from school, and flee. For Leo and Alice, this is basically like finding out your parents aren't just lame, they're secret agents who carry concealed weapons and speak fluent Russian. The family heads to London, where Emily reveals she once stashed the ICS key in a secure location, her estranged mother's countryside estate. And who is Emily's mom? Only Ginny Curtis, a retired MI6 sniper turned badass grandma who now runs a suspiciously well-funded NGO called Fox Hunter Limited. Imagine if James Bond retired to do charity work but still kept a sniper rifle under the dining table. The Manor Mayhem. Landing in Heathrow, the family barely has time to breathe. Folka's on their tail, and so is MI6, led by none other than Emily's old flame, Baron. That's right. Things just got personal, and awkward. Matt's not thrilled. The kids are confused. And Baron? He's that smug, well-dressed guy who always knows more than he lets on. He's also suspicious that Emily and Matt have resurfaced after 15 years of radio silence. After a high-speed chase, shootouts, and a few destroyed cars later, the family finally makes it to Ginny's manor in the English countryside. They find the ICS key, but before they can pop open the champagne, Folka storms the estate, guns blazing. In the chaos, Matt and Emily are knocked out. Chuck re-emerges, not dead after all, kidnaps the kids, and reveals his true colors. Turns out, Chuck was booted from the CIA after Matt and Emily disappeared. Bitterness turned into betrayal. And now he's helping Gore sell the ICS key to the highest bidder. Meanwhile, Ginny shows she hasn't lost her touch. She fights off several attackers while her partner Nigel takes a bullet, because there's always a Nigel who takes a bullet. London meltdown. Using Leo's high-tech smart ring, thanks, product placement, they trace Chuck to a black-tie gala at Tate Modern. This is where Chuck plans to auction off the ICS key to cybercriminals, dictators, and probably a few Bitcoin billionaires. As a demonstration, his tech assistant Daphne hacks into London's power grid, plunging the city into darkness. And because that's not enough drama, she opens the floodgates of the Thames barrier to show the full destructive power of the ICS. It's like Sharknado meets Skyfall. Matt and Emily storm the museum. Gunfights, fistfights, and gadgetry ensue. MI6 and Baron arrive to mop up the mess. But Chuck escapes, taking the kids toward the very floodgates he just opened. Final showdown on the Thames. As the city begins to flood, Emily hijacks a boat like she's Jason Bourne with a parenting book. Matt jumps aboard. Ginny guides them from afar, and Nigel, somehow still alive, takes out Daphne by slamming a van into her vehicle, recovering the ICS key in the process. On the Thames, the boat chase intensifies. With the water rising and chaos unfolding, Leo and Alice leap into the river. Matt and Emily confront Chuck in the climax of this underwater-adjacent mission. They fight. They win. Chuck is left behind on the boat as it smashes into the closing floodgates, presumably dead. Again. Back to normal. MI6 arrives. The family is rescued. London doesn't flood, and power returns. They get a new lease on life. Emily makes peace with Ginny, and Matt finally stops being suspicious of Baron. At Alice's soccer match, the family finally catches a breather. But Baron shows up with one last twist: Chuck's body was never found. And he wants to bring Emily's father into the fold, a man Matt had no idea even existed. Because in spy movies, the drama never really ends. Outro, get talking. So, what did you think of Back in Action? Did it deliver enough action, family drama, and British flooding for your taste? Drop a comment and let us know what you'd do if your parents turned out to be elite international spies. Would you be mad, or impressed? Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more movie madness, and stick with Sandisa TV, where we break down the chaos, so you don't have to.